a picture, and we're not going to do that. I'll show you this first. This was on the TV just 2 nights ago. It's Brian Cox, and he was at, if I can remember it, Chanquillo, west of Peru. And you see all these little steps in the mountain. They were built 2,500 years ago, and the sun moves between one right throughout the year till it gets to that end, and then all the way back again. Can you see it? Okay, so Brian showed the sun going across. So I was going to try and paint that on here. I've done the top half because it takes too long. I've only got 20 minutes. So I'll do some more painting on there, and perhaps you would all put something on as a contribution towards the painting. I don't mind what it is, and it's very easy the way I work. The other thing I want to do is to get all of you to do a little painting, or not all of you, just some of you. And I'll show you roughly how we do that now. If you want to come forward at all, that's fine. So then we have the horizon, we have the river. Okay, so we want some houses or trees. We put some trees in, and because the leg is on the end of my finger, it's a lovely way to draw. You're not holding a pencil. And if we want a church, if we want some buildings, turn it on the other way. Oops. And if we want some more mountains in the distance. See, so we've been 15 seconds and we got a little painting done. It's an amazing way to get things done quickly. And if you can use this, and it's great for other things, flowers or what have you. Come on, man. See, it's lovely. You just, if you want to draw a straight line, you make the front follow the back. It's more or less straight. If you want these, look at the lovely tone. See, it's a great way to work. And heads or whatever else. See, they just seem to come from nowhere. So it's a great way to work. Just practice it a bit. That's just a little bit on. There's divide the spaces into thirds. Create 5 areas of tones. The tones are the most important part of art, not the colour, the tones from black to white. So 5 areas of tones. Then we have the colour circle. Now this colour circle, I only found this out this year. I was absolutely stunned when I found this out. We've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. The rainbow. And do you know who came up with this? Isaac Newton. Right, and the amazing thing is he put them into a circle. And you've got the opposite colours. If you put orange next to blue, you get maximum standing out contrast. If you put red against green, the interesting thing is red and green are not warm or cool. Warm is orange and yellows, cool are violets and blues. So we want to make a painting with blue, cold against warm, or warm against cold. So that's a really fundamental thing. Then we would need a bit of grey in the painting to rest the eye, and we need a vertical somewhere usually, and a focal point. All the famous artists used to put a little red spot in somewhere, like a saddle or a leaf or flower. So those are my simple rules I try and give out. So let's get a cold background. That's a bit dark, that, so get some lighter colours in here. Now see that's made a lovely splash. I did a car wheel going through water like that. If you can get that to happen when you want it, it's brilliant. So live by your mistakes with the malfunctions of brilliant things, and most painters will tell you that. Right, so there's a background. Let's get some sea down here. Right, so we got some sea. See how the roller, by rolling it, make sure it doesn't slide, it rolls. And now I wanted to get a straight line, so there's a nice way to draw a straight line. Now I'll have to put this, sorry,
I'll do it.
In the bin.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get some foreground colours in. So we got the dark colours there. Now if I want to get a little bit of different colour in the sky, I can put a spot of yellow in there, not too much. Bit of red. Now when I do this, it does a set like a too dark a colour blue. Get some blues in here. And look at that blue here. It's because I was doing that dark piece at the top, my palette's very dark. I was hoping this would be much quicker. Right, so there's my sky, and if I don't like it, I'll put some more blue on there. This one I was looking for the cobalt. I haven't got any cobalt blue out. Doesn't matter. So put some, mix these up, get some lighter colours in here. And because it was too dark, right, see, I can bring it, make it lighter now. Right. So look, I've almost got a thunderstorm down here, and I wasn't intending that, but you can get your lovely colours in here, bits of red and yellow, it will always give it some lovely tones. Only tiny bits. Right, so get some more clouds. Right, so I've got the cloud. Now I want to put some mountains in, so I'll get some browns. Except I haven't got any browns out, excuse me. If you mix the three primary colours, you get black, but it's quite tricky to get the right ratios. But see, if I want some mountains in here, all I need to do is that. See, I've got quite a nice mountain range there in seconds. This is my horizon, which I've just screwed up, it doesn't matter. So we'll put some blues across here. This is where the sea is coming. We could have a beach down the front here with some yellows and all. Well, this is more orange yellow. And I'm not spending a lot of time on this, but when you experiment, see the lovely yellow, always keep the yellows in the foreground and keep the strokes fairly light. But it's a very quick way to paint. And then if we want some trees, yeah, we can do trees in there. Use a small palette. I'm looking for the tiny one. Use some green, maybe wrong colour green, red. See, so your eye will pick up on that straight away. So that could be a church building, maybe. There we are. There's a little church coming there. If I want to sail on the sea, so there's my electric. Well, it's a bit mucky. Now this is a stay wet palette. All I've got under here are sponges from Tesco's, and then once you put the top on, it seals it in, and the acrylics will stay wet for months. They stop growing, so you have to be a bit careful. So there's my.
Yeah.
If I want to do a yacht,
if anything.
if I want to do a yacht, look, I just do this. Don't try not to be too accurate with anything. There's the yacht and there's the reflection there. And if I want the sun, sun's a good fun. I needed a different red, but it doesn't matter. It takes a bit of time. So, where's the sun gone? In here. That's a the legal sun. We can go close across it. But and then the other thing I might pick out here is the horizon or the beach. So that will be there. If you keep the horizons in, usually works well. I'm just using the edge of the knife for that. You see, that's a very quick way of doing a painting. Now I was wondering if one or two of you would like to have a try. It's not too difficult. I go down to Oakhaven and I do one of these a month. With the Oakhaven people, and they always come out something like this. We're never quite sure what's coming out. And then if you want to frame it, well, I'll put the tape around the edge. So we want to get some mountains in here. Where was the picture?
It's down there.
Doesn't matter. We'll put a mountain here, right? So we can just drag. See how we got that lovely mountain up?
This one?
Yeah, that'll do. This is the mountain over here in the background. Isn't it strange that Stonehenge, the Egyptians, and this lot are all doing roughly the same thing to find out time? So we can bring this up here now. So we got that mountain coming up here.
They will start laying out bodies around the world, will start being laid out in straight lines at the same time. Isn't that way?
Isn't it?
Right, so this is the This is the mountain where Brian Cox is. So if we can do that, put a bit more colour around. We've got to get the fill done. See, we don't need to think too much about this. It's done there. Right, now we need to fill the bottom in. So I'll get the roller going again with some bronze on and all these various colours. And some, we need darks. The more darks you have in, the better the light is, with a little bit of light that's there. So there's the darks and lights. Oh, and the other thing I brought along, I brought some oil paintings and acrylics, just to show you the other sort of thing. That's a watercolour, and that one behind that chair is a oil painting of exactly the same thing, just so as you can see what watercolours are like. The trouble with, see, that's an oil painting. We went, it was our wedding anniversary a few weeks ago, so we went up to London, and that was painted from a sketch on the back of a Thames taxi. But look how this is going on with the lovely textures. See, we've got a fabulous texture. So this is the desert now, around where this thing was on Brian Cox. Right. So what we wanted to do is to put the sun on somewhere, so I'll invite you guys to come and add a bit to it. So I've got my horizon again. See, I've got a nice, see, it makes a great horizon. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I'll give it a twist. 6. I needed a bigger one of these sponges. I've got one somewhere here. 7, 8, 9. But they built this. I mean, bringing the stones up there all those years ago. I may make up one too many.
It's like one of those computer games where you go.
I have used a brush, which is sad. See, put the sun in there. Well, there's one more thing we need to put in. Brian Cox. Go on then, have a dab. Anyway, you know.
Which month is it?
Yeah.
No, it's right between. It comes up between the
Oh, right.
it's
Okay.
right between the
There was a brief.
yeah, that was the idea. It would come between the no, to pull off. There.
Oh,
That's
amazing.
We can do that now, that's right.
Well done. That was brilliant choice.
Right, so the next thing I want to do then, but this is what I wanted you all to have a go at. I'll put all the colours I've got on here, and you can just add bits of the Milky Way. And when Brian, the guy from my allotment, came to Arnwood, he started to paint, and he said, I've never had so much fun in my life, I've not painted ever. And scientists, I was supposed to talk to you about earlier, if you can take up a bit of painting, it's such a relief from the normal day. Because if you watch TV, every 20 minutes you have to wind up the tension. Right? And then let you down, and then wind you up, and then let you down. If you paint, you're in there, it's another world. It's such a good, relaxing thing. So, if we want to put a bit of Milky Way on, we'll do some look. There's a red wolf, find out a red wolf somewhere. So we get a little red wolf. Have a dabble. Just pick up a sponge. Well, this is the other thing you can do, right? Which is good fun. We want to put some stars in.
Correct.
It's alright, Harry's fever in the morning.
Is it getting the bag?
No, I'm only kidding. Absolutely fine.
Yeah, we've got lots of colour for the stars. right, are still painted to move. So I've painted fluorescent colours on here, red, yellow, green and blue, and I've got 3 different colour lights. So my idea was, if I could make the lights move, the painting would move. So, hang on, this is a gold light. Right, so it's a bit, see how the gold is in there? And we could shine that on there. This is a blue light. See, so we'll shine the blue on here. And this light flickers for reasons I don't understand. See, so we've got the painting actually moving.
It's like Christmas.
Yeah, but then if we try shining this on here, I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah, look for that now. See, the painting is actually moving. See how Brian Cox is moving? See, and then if you do, so what I was wanting somebody to do from school is work out how to get the Mona Lisa smile to smile.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.